Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. We are here in Spain for round 3 in Elite Formula Racing Season 1. 16 drivers out today. We don't have the full grid out today for this race. We are here at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia, the new layout. And welcoming you all to this live stream, as we'll go through settings to set up our stream. Yep, here we are done with the settings. Everyone out on soft tires, no one testing out to go out on any other compound, as Satvik Reddy is already out on his outlap in the Haas. Sandeep Maridu as a reserve driver will be driving Red Bull today, and the other reserves will be, I think, soon Prometheus will also be joining us today. We have both the Ferrari drivers today joining in today. Yep, we do have both of them here. So Satvik is going on his first hot lap, as he maneuvers through these sort of a S section, and then a fast right-hander. Let me just check the stream if everything is working fine. We're following Satvik Reddy in Haas. And AK Qjet already putting up the time on board, but that is 112.4. I don't think that will be on top for long. Yeah, as Satvik Reddy already goes 2 tenths faster than him. And coming behind is Dante Adams going off the track and will invalidate his lap, which was not such a fast hot lap. Prabal Deep will be completing his lap, that is 113.199 in the Alpine. Let's see who else is on their hot lap. I think Shrey will be completing his hot lap. Oh, no, he has abandoned his hot lap because of invalidating previous one. Not an influencer, the other driver in Alpine. They're on an outlap. So our previous pole setter Rage Nail is still in the pits. And as we see Govind SSR going off the track and into the gravel. Yep, this track is full of gravel patches on the outside, so you'll have to mind your car. As Blancos will now go out on his hot lap. .628 is the first sector, which is popping out purple. I think it is the fastest for him. That is the personal fastest. And Janeth Lee goes P4 with a 114.6, and Shrey goes 113.4. Okay, these are not really representative of their fast times. I think they'll be going much faster as the time will go on. The track will catch more rubber and more heat for the drivers to get more grip throughout their run. As now Blancos will go through last two fast right-handers, which used to carry a chicane earlier. but now removed. And he will cross the line and he will go P3 with the 112.471. And Sandeep Barudu will put out his first hot lap, that is 112.423. That will keep him P3 for now. Not Influencer has given a time of 112.7. And Rhino goes into 112.0. That is 2/10 faster than anyone. As Shrey improves on his last lap to 112.163. So the time is improving for the drivers out there, as I think AKQJ10 on his out lap to give out another hot lap. And Influencer will, oh my god, with a lot of damage, he will enter into the pits. Oh my god. Safe to say that somehow his car is still alive, or he would have been DNF'd out there. Steel Sneeze 94 in the Ferrari out on his out lap. We have now Prometheus joining in as a reserve driver for Aston Martin today. They're in the pits right now. As I think Rage Nail is out there on his hot lap. And he will go around this fast right-hander and will go across the line, and he will put a time of 111.777. So yep, the mark is set. 11.7 is the time to beat. That will be the time for everyone to beat to reach that pole position currently held by Rage Nail and Red Bull. I think AKQJ10 and AKQJ10 13, oh my god. Royal flush outs the next time. He's out on his hot lap, second hot lap. Currently sitting P5 with a timing of 112.4. And again, I'm welcoming you. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sachin Sin. I'm hosting this race for you in the season 1 of EFR League Racing. We are in round 3 and we are in Spain. And he will dive into the pits. Might not be having that sense of that he's going any faster. So yep, that is it for him. And I think Sandeep will also be going into the pits. No, he is out. As the car has spun, a Red Bull is Satvik Reddy is out. Okay, something has happened with his car, and we are not aware of the situation, but yeah, half of Satvik Reddy is out of this qualifying session. As Rage Nail will now relax in the pits, as he has given him astonishing lap of 111.777. Caution flag is out as Slowy Red is going slow. Well, to give space to other drivers coming behind. Not that he is going about his name being slow. Sorry, he is not slow. If you are joining in for the stream, do leave a like and do subscribe to the channel. That will really help me to grow this channel. We are coming here every Friday at 9 o'clock to see these exciting races for you. Is there someone on the hot lap? Thorned still sitting P14. Not much of a representative time, I would say. Shrey is going on his hot lap, I assume, and he is improving. In the first sector, he has improved by nearly 2/10. Aditya Jain is saying start doing one shot quali. And one shot quali doesn't give you proper opportunity to. As Janeth Lee is already out, see if this happens with you, you're getting DNF. So DNF is another situation, but if you're not, if you're invalidating the lap as Shrey has done already, you'll get another chance in a short quali, but in one short quali you won't be getting any chance. But yeah, so we have 2 DNFs already happening as Shrey will now jump into the pits. AVD sitting P12 with a timing of 1:12.9. No one coming closer to Rage Nail, as I think Influencer will now be going on his hot lap. That makes it fun. It's not all about fun, it's also about giving people the opportunity to race properly. Moving marginally in the first sector. Not much of an improvement, but yep. Opportunity can be created in race. Cool. To that I say cool. As Influencer maneuvering through these medium speed corners to enter the final 2 fast right-handers. Currently sitting P11, and he jumps into the pits again. Oh my god. And there's still an opportunity left for drivers to go out and try, as we will follow Rhino throughout this lap, as he will be trying to get into that 1:11 time. Let's see if he'll be able to do that. He'll stay on board with the SF1 Rhino in his Alfa Romeo. Currently sitting P2 with a timing of 1:12.040. And he improves by nearly a 10th in the first sector. So he needs to improve by a whole 3/10 at least to reach closer to Rage Nail, who is easing off on a hammock in the paddock. And he improves by 4/10 in the second sector. Oh my. Will that trigger Rage Nail to come out? Let's see after the last section in the final timing on the sheet by Rhino. He has mighty improved in the second sector. So obviously we'll be seeing a huge improvement in his timings as he crosses the line and goes to 11.707. And I think, yep, that triggers Rage Nail to come out of the pits and give out a faster lap to compete for that pole position, as Sandeep Maridu takes that P3 away from Shrey and enters 1:11s. Now, yep, I'm noticing most of the drivers coming out for their last runs. If we are doing one shot qualies, we won't be able to see these kind of things happening. People pushing more than they can and breaking the barriers. The Rage Nail is already out on his out lap. Satvik Reddy is still quite safe sitting P5 even after the DNF. Wonder we are still left with 2 minutes on the clock. This caution flag out in last sector. This Blancos will now cross the line, which will be his last out lap, and he improves by a tenth to be at P7 as more cars are coming out of the pits to give their last lap. And now we go on board with the Rage Nail out on his last hot lap. Currently P2. Leaving the space out for the faster driver. And he completes the first sector with a similar improvement, nearing 1/10 in the first sector. It is the second sector which is a bit of tricky one with the slow to medium corners coming up, and then going on to the second DRS zone. And he is still improving. He improved by a tenth in the second sector as he's maneuvering through the traffic to complete his last hot lap. Under 30 seconds now remaining in the session. As Rage Nail will now cross the line, and will he take that pole away? Yes, he will take that pole away from Rhino, who is in the pits. And yep. Now Shea hasn't improved in the second sector, will go cross the line and will not improve. So he will still stay at that position, that is P4, as Influencer has improved. So we are set with our top three, that is Rage Nail, Rhino and Maridu for now. Rage Nail is there with the provisional pole of timing 11.623. There's a bit of movement happening at the back with Slow Red coming up P7. Trouble Deep finishing up on P12 in the Alpine with the move to P13 as ABD crosses the line and goes P12. Now Influencer will be crossing the line as he goes P6. He improved by 5/10, but yeah, that is P6 for him as most of the drivers have completed their last laps. Yep. I think the grid is pretty much set now. Mercedes driver not having a good day. He's currently P16 and the AKQJ10 P10. So Satvik still remain in top 5, and after that early DNF. But yeah, our pole sitter is Rage Nail in the Red Bull. P2 goes to Alfa Romeo of PSF and Rhino. P3 goes to our reserve driver driving for Red Bull today. That is Sandeep Maridu. Then comes Shrey. Satvik, not an influencer. And yep, we'll go through the whole grid soon. And yep, this is the grid for today as Rage Nail goes P1. P2 PSF and Rhino, Sandeep Maridu P3, Shrey P4, P5 goes to Satvik Reddy, P6 not an influencer, Steel Sneeze in the Ferrari P7, Slowy Red Williams P8, P9 Los Blancos, P10 for AKQJ10, P11 Dante Adams, P12 goes to ABD, P13 Prabhaldeep, P14 Govind SSR, P15 Prometheus, P16 Thornid, and rounding up the whole grid at Zenith Lee P17 in the Alfa Romeo. 3 seconds away from our pole sitter. This now we'll be moving on to the main event, that is our race. 33 laps on the circuit Not the easiest of the circuits per se, as you will be losing traction, you will be losing rear grips, and yep, for some incidents on track. 3 safety cars this race, well, that is the norm, I would say, that at least 3 safety cars are coming out each race. Even after that, we have chosen the settings of reduced safety car. But yep, that is EA for you. As now drivers will be making final tweaks to their setups. If we go through the point table in the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull is leading with 50 points, and in drivers, Red in the Williams is leading with 43 points on board. And yep, Rage Neil will have the opportunity today to take that lead away from Red, who is currently P2 with the 34 points on board in the Red Bull. On the compound side, Rage Neil running on hards and Rhino running on softs. So, yep, we are here. That was a weird combo of tire compounds, but 5 flights out, and here we go on board with Rage Neil, leading the race right now. But Rhino coming up fast with a quick getaway from the start, as he will comfortably take that lead away from Rage Neil. As I think multiple collisions are happening at the back, as not an influencer goes off the track, and yep, losing a lot of positions at the start. And now Satvik Reddy making a move on Sandeep Maridu, who's in the Red Bull, running P5, but coming on the inside, Sandeep Maridu not leaving any margin for it. Oh, and the Ferraris collide together as ABD and Steele's knees come together. ABD knocking out his teammate, as Louis Red is now following up with ABD, going through this fast right-hander. Will he be trying to jump on him as they go? Slow left-hander. Yep, he makes that jump as they go side by side. And yep, Louis Red will happily take that place away from him. As in the front, Shrey is currently running P3. And yep, Rhino still in a comfortable lead. Rage Neil following up. Satvik Reddy P4. Sandeep Maridu going down in the ABD, being overtaken by multiple cars now. Yep, he is P8 now, as Prometheus will closely follow him. As Govind SSR is already out, what has happened? So, Louis Red jumps on the inside of Sandeep Maridu, and Govind SSR is out of the race. Okay, there is no safety car coming out, and what has happened to Govind is on his Hornet in the Mercedes is also in the pits. So we are on board Prometheus, closely following ABD. As we go through the position changes, ABD has gained 4 positions and Prometheus has gained 6 positions, whereas Steel needs with losing the traction by going on the curb and also losing traction was Dante Adams into the wall. Yep. And DRS has been enabled for this lap, as probably will not have the DRS right now, but he is closely following up. Los Blancos and Aston Martin, as they both go side by side, not leaving space for anyone. And Blancos will take that inside line, goes deep on the gravels, as probably will comfortably take that position back away from him. And that was one mighty move. To move on to P10, as Dante Adams will dive into the pits to get a fresh wing. Not Influencer has lost a single position on the beginning, but closely following Sandeep Marigu has lost 3 positions. Rhino has created a comfortable gap from the behind, but Satvik Reddy and Not Influencer, these both will be having DRS as they'll go start finish line straight. Not many incidents happening in the first couple of laps, I must say. Now with the DRS and the ERS, Not Influencer will comfortably take away that position from Sandeep Maridu, and Satvik Reddy will take that position away from Slowy Red after a bit of a tussle happening the first couple of corners. But not much of a gap between them, as Slowy Red trying to go in the inside, losing a bit of traction, will still look into the inside, but chooses to stay behind him for now, as Shrey is out of the race, as the virtual safety car is out. Yep, he's into the wall, and he is out of this race as BSC comes out. Oh my god. Bad luck for the McLaren driver as he departs from the race on the 4th lap. And top 3 have made a they have created a huge gap between them and the rest of the grid, I must say. A gap of nearly 7 seconds between P3s. No, okay. That is Dante. That is Dante Adams. I thought. Bad. So, yep, Dante Adams will soon be overtaken and be lapped by our front runner, DSF Rhino, as Prometheus will be given a drive-through penalty for not following virtual safety car procedure and going fast. That is a drive-through as he goes onto the grass. So drive-through will be harming his race towards the end, as he is losing a bit of traction going on there. So Rhino is running on soft tires and Rage Nail is on hards. Okay. So Rhino might have betted on safety car coming out early, but that hasn't happened till now. I think Dante Adams should move away. He's getting blue flags, but he's not moving away. But as Prometheus goes in the pits to serve his drive-through penalty. So Racenail is getting closer as his hard tires are catching that heat and that rubber from the tarmac. Yep. The back, there is a substantial gap between each of the drivers, but yeah, Los Blancos is closing up on AVD. AVD not having the best of the race for him today. Currently running P8 on medium compound. So Rage Nail will be having DRS on this lap, on the next lap, as he is under the second in the car in front, that is P1 of Dino. So yep, he got the DRS, he must be deploying that energy, but chooses to remain behind Dino. Is Rhino still achieving a better grip than Rage Nail on these fast corners? So now Sandeep Maridu is catching up to Northern Influencer. Maridu running on hard compound and Northern Influencer running on medium compound. Sathwik ready in front of Northern Influencer is on soft compound. So yeah, sort of a mixed strategy calls out there with different constructors. As Sandeep Maridu now having DRS, following up as close as he can. The Alpine in front, and Rage Nail will again have DRS on this main straight. And with that DRS deployed, he will still be remaining behind Dino, and yeah, I think he should remain behind a bit and stay as close as he can within that DRS limit, to not even harm his tires much, and still try to make an overcut on the car in front. Behind at P14, Genethly trying to get close to Thonin, but have to make that maneuver to evade that situation, and that he went off the track. So yeah, the positions are quite settled up for now. We might see some action happening soon as the cars will dive into the pits to switch on to other compounds. Will run through the fastest lap that is currently being held by Rhino, that is 114.392, and Rage Nail is not that far away from that timing. On hards, he has given a time of 114.487. So we can expect much faster time coming out on the switch, if he'll do to mediums soon, I presume. So both the Mercedes and Alfa Romeo of Genethly and McLaren of Dante Arens have already made stops, and they are currently back and out of the points. So Sandeep Maridu has taken that place away from Northern Influencer. We missed that part, as now Influencer going off the track and out of the race. Oh, that will trigger the safety car, and that will help our front runner to jump into the pits and switch his tires. Yes, he will jump into the pits. Oh my, oh my, oh my, that is upsetting, as Influencer is out of the race. Was running at a good position, P6 behind Sandeep Maridu, but he lost that bit of traction, and yep, he's out of the race, as Rage Nail will now take the lead of the race. as ABD sped into the pit lane, caused a collision with Prabhaldeep. Okay, that I get it that you want to overtake a car in the pit lane, but you cannot do that. Okay, you cannot do that like this. That was not right. And that has been caught live on the stream. So, yep, a bad move from ABD there. As Prometheus is now being disqualified from the session, as he is, okay, he collected multiple penalties and he is being disqualified from the session. Yep, he is out of the session. And now Rhino has switched to hard tires and come out of the pits at a very comfortable position of P2. So, yep, that is the current story right now. The will be running this lap behind the safety car. We have lost 4 drivers, one each of Alpine, McLaren, AlphaTauri and Aston Martin. So the drivers who have made the stop are everyone apart from Thorned, Janetri and Rage Neil. Everyone else had made their stop behind the safety car. But are they sure that they'll be going towards the end with these compounds? As I think there will be another stop happening towards the end for medium runners for sure, because I don't think so that they can go on for 20 laps on the medium compound. So ABD is there with a 5-second time penalty, that is stop and go, and Dante Adams with a 3-second time penalty for going off the track multiple times. As now we are left with 13 drivers in this round 3 of EFR Season 1 League Racing in F1 23. Safety car is still out, not going into the pits. So it's still awaiting Dante Adams to join back the pack and then go on. Yep. So the situation at restart will be that Rage Name will be running on old hard tire and Rhino, Slowy Red and yeah, the cars behind will be on fresh compound. So yep, there will be a lot of tussle happening on the restart for sure. The weather seems quite overcast. I don't think so that there will be any rain on this circuit, but will be a scary situation for the drivers, as the safety car will go in this lap and Rage Nail will lead the pack. He will command the pack at his own pace to restart, as drivers will attempt to get heat into their tires, and Rage Nail will attempt to, as he has already taken off, I suppose. Yep, he has already taken off. Noticing that huge gap, he has already taken off and into that comfortable lead of 9/10, as more tussle happening at the back. Is now AKQJ10 closing up on his teammate Hornet, running at P10. Will there be a movement happening in the front, as Steel's knees try to move in the inside of ABD, and Thornid trying that escape maneuver, losing that position to multiple cars, and Dante Adams will take that position away from him, and AKQJ10 will move up to P9, as Steel's knees we saw that from far behind. There was some sort of collision happening between both Ferrari drivers. As now we see Sandeep Maridu closing up on Satvik Reddy. Everyone is getting much closer now, as AKQJ10 is getting close to ABD in the Ferrari. These two have a history together of coming together and getting out of the race, totaling their cars. So yeah, this will be a spicy battle as they now move on to start finish line. DRS will still remain off, as Sandeep Maridu will make that move on Satvik Reddy and will move off to P4. And ABD will not let AKQJ10 make any moves for now, as they both remain at their respective positions. But Dante Adams is somehow closing in on this fight. So yep, Dante Adams will try to pick up the scraps from this fight. Solid and Steel's knees are trading up positions. Up front, Rhino is getting closer to Rage Nail, as AKQJ10 missing up on that traction. So yeah, up front I can see all of the three coming quite closer now, as Rhino must be getting that heat and that apt temperature into this hard compound. And now the DRS has been enabled. DRS will be enabled for this lap, not for this main straight, but yeah. Will AKQJ10 attempt to make a move on this Ferrari? No, he will not. And that is the right move, as Rhino now moving up and closer to the Red Bull of Rage Nail. So yeah, there are a few battles going on at various places throughout the grid, as Rhino is increasingly getting eager to move up front. Now it is up to Rage Nail to somehow carry these hard compounds through a longer period, not to pit early. But yeah, the distance is getting close, and oh my god, Rhino getting that massive grip on the inside and moving up front. That might just be a strategic move, as now Rage Nail will take that position back after getting that DRS on the main straight, and Slowy will try to get into this fight and moves on the outside and inside on the next turn, both going alongside, and quite fair, leaving space for each other. And yep, Rhino will get back to that P2 position as more action happening at the back as Dante Adams goes off the track and moves back of the grid. Yep, top 3 are packed. Even top 4 are now packed. And yep, everyone is getting quite closer to each other as a DRS train has been formed here. Okay, Marido losing that traction on the straight, going off the track, losing all these positions from the drivers behind, as he will now join back at P7. That was unfortunate, as now AKQJ10 will be getting closer and closer to the car in front of ABD, and now we'll go on to the main straight where a lot of action is happening at the front, as Rhino will now take that position back from Rage Nail, and at the back ABD is closing in on Sandeep Maridu, and AKQJ10 also closing up on ABD, but all three maintaining their current positions. Now it's all about that grip. Okay, getting closer and closer, but avoiding contact at large, I must say. They are not much furious in this race, I must say, as they were in earlier races. As now Slowy Red is getting closer to that P2 position of Rage Nail. Now AKQJ10 with all the DRS and ERS not getting closer, but will move on the inside as ABD comes back on the track and had a contact with AKQJ10, causing AKQJ10 going off the track. Well, we'll have to look back at this moment what really happened, because when we moved our camera to that situation, we were not able to catch that particular moment, but caused that. But yeah, we might be getting some report after the race on that particular incident, as now there's a substantial gap being created between ABD and AKQJ10, but not much of a gap separating these top three. Rhino is now getting accustomed to his hard compound and leading the pack, but losing on ERS, I must say. As now Slowy Red will be getting eager to move up and front and get that P2 position away from Rage Nail, who might just be now struggling on this harder compound, which is now 18 laps old. I must say still a good position to be in, but now with the DRS, Slowy Red will take that position back, not back but away, and Rage Nail will move down the order to P3. As yep, not much of action happening at the back. It's just Prabhaldeep getting closer to Los Blancos, who's currently running at P5. And yep, he glitched a bit for me. I see that. He is getting closer to Satvik Reddy, but Prabhaldeep is getting much closer to him and will have the DRS on the next straight after this right-hander. But he is a bit far away from Blancos to make any move. As our top three are now out of any sort of, as Red Bull off, Rage Nail is off the track and now into the pits. What might have happened there, I don't know, but we are following Prabhaldeep with all the DRS deployed. He's still behind Blancos for now. He goes deep into the corner. So Rage Nail, that spin might just cause him losing some positions on the grid as he will rejoin now. P13. I don't know if he got too late in going into the pits and that caused that spin. But yeah, that was unfortunate as Los Blancos now moves up to P4 and into the DRS zone of the car in front of Satwik Reddy. So Los Blancos is having a good race. If we go on to see the position change, he has gained 5 positions and Prabhaldeep have gained he has gained 8 positions. Blancos will have the DRS going on to the straight, but there is still a huge gap between him and Satwik Reddy in front. Now this is a huge task for Rage Nail to somehow make 11, 12 overtakes and reach to the top place. He is on medium compound now, and yep, I don't know how if these are. Well, now they can run comfortably for 12 laps at least, I must say. He will be struggling towards the end, but yeah, it all depends on how much he will push right now and how much of the time he will be losing while he will be pushing on these cars in front. He's out of the points right now. He's P13 dead end. He'll be having DRS on Sonid, who is up front on slow hard compounds, and yep, a comfortable overtake. I must say that is a comfortable overtake. He's out on fresh and faster compound and posting on faster sectors as Blancos will now overtake Satwik Reddy and moves up to podium places. That is one mighty move from Blancos. As now Steel Sneeze is moving up and close to Ant Adams, but yeah, will stay behind for now as Rage Nail is having the next target up front. That is Janet 3 in his Alfa Romeo. Satwik Reddy is moving back and is under that DRS zone with Blancos running up P3 right now, goes deep, and Rage Nail has made that move on Janet 3 already and moves up to P11 as we ride on board Satwik Reddy in the Haas behind Aston Martin of Los Blancos. And with that DRS, will he be able to make that move happen? Let's see, as he will not make that dive in, and both will go deep into the corner. And yep, Steel's knees will go into the pits now. Okay, let's see what is the tire situation for most of the people out there. So yeah, all of these are running on old compounds, with Condit running on the oldest compound, 21 lap year, 21 year I'm saying, 21 lap old hard compounds for him, currently running P12. I think he should have pitted now to move on to a medium compound and then gain some positions if any of the cars in front will be pitting. Okay, I'm quite baffled with the strategy be chosen by some of the drivers here. But yeah, that is some personal preference, I must say, as Rage Nail is now closing up to Dante Adams, and I think he must have posted the fastest lap. No, Rage Nail has not yet posted the fastest lap. It is still with the Rhino, as now Rage Nail will comfortably overtake and will post the fastest lap and moves up to P9. Not bad. So yep, he is running in advantage for now by being on a better compound and fresher tires. He's also having a great race pace, I must say. Satvik Reddy still running behind Los Blancos, still under that DRS limit. As AQQJ10 will receive 3-second time penalty for going off the track multiple times. Oh, that will surely harm his race towards the end. Currently sitting P9. As Satvik again with the DRS. Oh no, DRS is not on this time. What happened there? I don't know. He was under that limit of DRS, but somehow it didn't switch on. Now Rage Nail is closing up on AQQG10. We are on 25th lap of this race. As our race leader is comfortably leading the race with a 2-second gap from the car behind, that is of Snowy Red in the Williams, and then there is a gap of 8.5 seconds to Aston Martin of Los Blancos. Behind him is a eager car closing up on him sector after sector. That is Haas of Satvik Reddy. As Rage Nail will make that move on AQQJ10 and will say goodbye to that P9. Goodbye to that P8. And now Satvik Reddy with that DRS flap open. Sandeep Marudu will join the pit crew in the pits. Yep. Tornado is still not pitting. I don't know what he's trying to do. As Sandeep Maridu will set the pit. He will remain behind Dante Adams. He's behind Dante Adams and Hornet jumping in between these two cars and moving up to P10. But I'm sure that he will be moving down the order, as he's currently running on 24 lap old. Tires, oh my god. Sandeep has switched on to soft compound now. Okay, that is interesting. Satvik still right behind Los Blancos in the Aston Martin. Fight for the final podium position. Still just peeking on that inside line, but not able to make that move. And now Blancos will create some breathing space as they move on to next right-hander, that is turn 4. The next target for Rage Nail now is the AVD in the Ferrari. As Dante Adams resetting on track, that has been caught live. And yep, that will incur a penalty for the driver for doing so. As now Sandeep Maritu trying to make that move on the inside, losing a bit of traction, but yeah, will take that pace away from Dante Adams. That was not one of the cleanest move I've seen, as now ABD is being chased by the faster car of Rage Nail onto the main straight. As done. Okay, that is a comfortable overtake, I must say. Dante Adams says, I don't know what is happening with him. He is struggling a lot there at the back. He will jump into the pits. No, he wanted to jump into the pits, but he... Oh my, that is, I would say, multiple infringement happening there, as Hornet and Janet 3 are jostling there for these positions, as Steve Sneeze will now have 3-second time penalty for multiple times getting off the track. As Rage Nail will now close in on Trouble Deep. We are left with 4 laps. Satvik Reddy still not able to make any move on Los Blancos up front. Still in that DRS zone, but yeah. Los Blancos having one hell of a race. Running P3 will be having the first podium up for him and the team there. That will be a huge boost of morale, I must say. As Rage Nail is now closing up on Prabal Deep, who's running on old hard tires. So there is no room for error right now for Rage Nail. If he wants to make that position up to that podium, honestly. Oh, he is closing in. He is much faster than these cars in front. And now he will comfortably overtake Prabhaldeep and will take that P5 away from him. And will now move on to his next target, that is 5 seconds ahead in Haas, running up and close to the Aston Martin in front. Satvik Reddy, lap after lap, following Blancos. Will he be making that move now? As they are moving closer and closer, he brakes early and chooses to stay behind. Well, that will harm him and that will help Rage Nail, who is closing in on them. So yep, guys, make that move happen, or there is a Red Bull behind, eager to make that move. Sorry. No other fight happening on the track. As the yellow flag is out, yeah, I think Hornet is off the track, and I must say now he will be out of the points also. Satvik Reddy. Now is the time to make that move happen, because soon he will be running out of the laps as Blancos moves out of the way. But oh my god, Satvik Reddy. I was not expecting him to make that move happen on the inside. But yep. Hard racing but fair racing from both the drivers, as Satvik Reddy will take that podium place away from Los Blancos. We are into the last few laps of the race, and closing up on them is Rage Nail on. He's currently P5 and just 2.7 seconds away from Los Blancos and 3 seconds away from Satvik Reddy. You can already see them up there in front, as Blancos losing a bit of traction there. With 21 lap old hard tires, and Rage Nail on 11 lap old medium tires. There's no sense of competition, I must say, there. As turn after turn, Rage Nail with better grip is closing up on them. And now Satvik is comfortably out of that DRS zone, away from Los Blancos. Slowy Red is bit by bit getting closer to Rhino, but yeah, Rhino running a clean race here. Even quite a bit of gap there. As now Rage Nail will be getting the DRS on Los Blancos soon, I must say. The next straight, yeah, we will be in for some last lap action for sure for that podium place. The whole race was quite calm for a while, but now, yep, with that DRS on, choosing to stay behind for now, but will surely be making that move on the main straight, because he needs to overtake Blancos and then Satvik Reddy to move up to that podium place as AKQJ10 makes that move on ABD. What happened there with ABD, I don't know. He is ghosted right now. As, yep, Rage Nail has overtaken Los Blancos. And we are on to the last lap, and Satvik Reddy can see that raging bull behind, as now Dante Adams is out of the race. Now there will be a DRS opening for Rage Nail, and I think he's also left with a bit of DRS, yep, 13%. And he will dump that here to make that move happen on Satvik. Will Satvik be late braking and joining him on the inside? No. He loses the traction, Satvik, and will lose that position away from him. And Rhino crosses the line. P1, Slowy Red P2, and Rage Nail will come up to that podium place and will finish P3 after a mighty fight at the back, overtaking so many cars. And Satvik Reddy will take that P4, Blancos P5, and Trouble Deep will be crossing the line at P6. And yep, P7 will go to AKQJ10 in the Mercedes. Sandeep Maridu, our reserve driver running for Red Bull today, will finish P8. We don't know what happened with ABD there, but yep, Steve Sneeze in the Ferrari crossing the line P10, and Gen3, final driver in the points, will cross the line, and yep, that will be P10 for him. We are still not sure what happened with ABD there in the end. But yeah, here is the winner, Rhino in the Alfa Romeo. That safety car really helped him to get that position away from Rage Nail, the middle part of the race. That is a win for Rhino. Previously in Imola, that safety car glitch DNF'd him and Rage Nail away from the race. But this time, Rhino comfortably taking that win. And our driver of the day is Slowy Red in the Williams, taking that P2. So, yep. Here are our winners, our top 3 podium finishers. Rhino, Slowy Red, and Rage Nail. So we will move down the order and down the grid. We have at P10, Genethly in the Alfa Romeo. P9 goes to Steel Sneeze in the Ferrari. P8 goes to Sandeep Maridu in the Red Bull. AKQJ10 in the Mercedes. P7, Prabhaldeep in the Alpine getting P6. P5 goes to Los Blancos. P4 goes to Satvik Reddy in Haas. Last podium players, P3 goes to Rage Nail in the Red Bull. P2, Slowy Red in the Williams. And our winner and P1, that is Rhino in the Alfa Romeo. Fastest lap goes to Rage Nail with 113.997. And yep, that will be the end for this round of racing. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for sticking by throughout the race. We will be back soon and we will be in racing next time in Zandvoort, Netherlands on 25th of the August, 9 p.m. We will be racing in Zandvoort. Lots of banking in fast corners. That will be an exciting race. So I wish you great weekend up ahead, and we'll see you back next weekend, Friday night, 9 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining in. Leave a like, leave a comment if you liked some moment, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, and adios.